Guys, what's up? It's your girl Nosh. How's it going? How's it going? Ooh. Listen, I'm not even gonna do no introduction to this video. I'm just gonna get right into it. If you are looking to watch a really good show and you're into Korean dramas, you know, I always give you the best recommendations. And if you don't know I give the best recommendations, go check out my TikTok or go check out my Instagram. My Instagram is private, so you will have to request me. And upon the approval of the board, I have to say that, and upon approval of the board, then we shall determine whether you get chosen to bypass the privacy of the Instagram. Yeah, guys, I really do. I do that on purpose because I feel that my energy is not for everyone. And oh, okay, this is actually perfect. Boundaries are a good thing. I initially wanted to make this message about the drama I'm watching, and you know, to encourage you guys to watch it too and see what message you get from it. I mean, some of you may like it, some of you may think, you know, it is a slow burn drama, but let's put the drama aside for a second and talk about boundaries. I feel like a lot of people, so there's going to be a two-part message, a message about boundaries and then the message about the drama I'm watching. I think that's awesome, right? I think Collective will appreciate that, right? So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment at the bottom, say hello, say hi, how's it going? I know you guys watch, but you guys never leave a comment. It makes me feel like I have silent watchers. It makes me feel like it's my haters watching the videos over and over to try to figure out what I'm up to, you know, because people love doing that. Anyways. I just had to put that out there because I know there's people that I don't speak to anymore, and I think like they love watching my videos to kind of get a insight of what's really going on with me and where my psyche is right now. And I just want to say thank you guys for the views that you give me by watching my videos. I do appreciate that. I appreciate the energy you put in the videos. Just remember, I am transmuting all energy anyone sends to me into healing energy that helps me heal while I heal others. All right, so mode of be, so mode of be, so mode of be. Let's continue now. So boundaries. I've heard a lot of times this. I've heard this very often, very, very frequently. I've heard this. If I continue cutting people off, it's only going to be me and my circle. This comment that people make, you know, especially my clients, when I do readings with them or when I have sessions with them, you know, they always say to me, oh, you know, I've cut so many people off. It's just only me now. And then this and that. You know what that raises in my mind? That you have really shitty skills on judging people's characters. That all this time you sucked at judging a person's character. Or you were easily fooled. That you are very naive when it comes to people. Because to be honest with you, this is what it sounds like. So you're afraid that, you know, you keep cutting people out, you're not going to have anybody in your circle. But isn't that a good thing? Meaning, if you had to cut these people out, obviously you felt that they were doing something wrong by you. That's why you had to cut them out. Why were these people in your life to begin with then? I look at it this way. I'd rather walk a lonely road than a road with fake people in my life. Like, I'd rather be alone somewhere on a mountain living my best life, right? Hashtag best life, than being surrounded by people in a room, thousands and thousands of people around me, you know, so, you know, like praising me and admiring me when in reality they hate me inside. I don't know. I don't know, like maybe, you know, how you guys feel about that. That's how I feel about that. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather have like one or two genuine, you know, individuals around me than a bunch of fake ass people that only want to be around me for the benefit they can acquire from me. Okay? So that's why boundaries is very, very extremely imperative and important. And most of you are going to say, well, how do you live with boundaries? Because when you have boundaries, you boundaries basically means, okay, you cross a certain line, we don't longer talk to you, or we no longer tolerate what you do. Boundaries is putting up a fence somewhere and saying, okay, now you cannot cross this. And a lot of you don't understand this. I don't know if it's because you get lonely real quickly or you need to be validated. I don't know what it is, but we really need to start walking with the mentality that you are good enough for you. You don't need a crowd to run with. Right? This reminds me of that Aurora song. I'm running with the wolves. Excuse my singing. That song by Aurora. Listen to that song. She's saying she's running with the wolves. And you know what we characterize wolves as, right? Wolves run in packs. Meaning they only run with the wolves in their pack. I'm going to say it again. Wolves run in packs. They only trust the pack they're in. That pack that they've been in that pack since birth sometimes. It's very rare a wolf pack will take in a loner wolf. A loner wolf, to be honest with you, is a lone wolf. That wolf is not going to be taken in by any pack. Because you know what? Wolves that run in pack have boundaries. You know what the boundary is? We don't know you. You can't run with us. Now, a lot of you are going to be like, well, how do you get to know people like that? How do you make friends? That's the whole thing, people. You keep trying to make friends, right? Especially if you have shitty judgment and character. How has that been going for you? Because if you're listening to my videos, you've either been fucked over, betrayed, lied to, stolen from. You know what I mean? Thrown magic at you. So how's that working for you? Why don't you try being alone? Why don't you learn how to shut your mouth, right? Learn how to shut your mouth, put up your fences, and walk. And now you're going to say, well, if we put up our fences, we're never going to let anyone in. That's the whole point. The person who really wants to get in will break down that fence. But they will break down that fence in a way that will be to win your trust. A lot of you guys just give your trust away so easily. Between 2011 and 2016, there was a repetitive theme in my life that I kept trying to explain to someone, and it was the person I was with at the time romantically. I kept trying to explain to this person that trusting everyone is dangerous. You have to pick and choose who you can trust. And he fought me on it so much. But no, you give trust and then you see what what the other person does with it. And I came from a point of view and a background where it said you have to earn trust, meaning show me that I can trust you. Hence, we're not together. Bottom line, sometimes it's something like that will sever you from the people that you're around. Just your way of thinking and your way of how you are programmed. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, I am telling you to be more smarter when it comes to choosing people to be in your life. Not everyone is your friend. I feel like that should be my slogan. Not everyone is your friend. And I'm saying it again, if you're here listening to my video, you've been listening to me since 2017, 2016, you know what I'm talking about because you've been through the same experiences that I've been through. That's why I say my energy is not for everyone. How many of you out there that are listening to me have been betrayed by your friend? Have been betrayed by a lover? Have been betrayed by family? Have been betrayed by coworkers? This is why you guys listen to me, because you can resonate so well with the stories I tell you and the experiences I share with you. If people did not do me wrong, you think I would have a following right now? You think I would have a YouTube channel? No, I'd be living somewhere happy on the beach, kicking up sand with my 30 friends, right? No, instead, this is what I'm doing. I'm teaching others to look out for themselves. Because if I had $1 for every time I make a friend and that friend tells me, oh, I'm not like that, and then turn around, be that exactly there, what they said they were not like, I'd be a fucking millionaire right now. Fuck it, I'd be like Elon Musk. Musk. Whatever his name is. Whatever that man's name is, who has like trillions to his name. Elon Musk, I think it is. Yeah. So this is why now some people have their judgment about me. They're like, oh no, you're like an ice queen. You ice people out. Some people say I'm bitter. Some people say, oh, you're just miserable. You don't like people. You know what? You can call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. Guess what I have that you don't? Peace. Peace in my own space. Peace in my own energy. Peace surrounded by the people that I have chosen to be in my circle. You know why I have peace? Because soon as I feel uncomfortable around somebody, soon as I feel like I have to doubt this person, out the window they go. Goodbye. When you have been given so many chances and you still fuck up, that's telling you something there. Especially with Sagittariuses, right? I'm a Sagittarius. I have mostly Sagittariuses that listen to me. Sagittarius, how many times do you tell people, here is the key? Here's the key. You have the key now. Whatever you do with this key now is your responsibility. The key meaning, this is the way I like to be treated. This is what I don't like. You are doing what I don't like. Please change. Sagittarius is very infamous for doing this. They will tell you exactly what you're doing. And then after that, they leave it up to you. And if you continue doing what they don't like, don't be surprised when that Sagittarius is no longer around. You know who else does this? Aquarius does this. Aquarius will tell you straight up, look, you did this on Thursday and I really didn't like it. Can we talk about it? Or as soon as the situation happens, they take care of it right there. I don't know so much for Aquarius suns, but I know Aquarius moons, they sit there and they process it, right? Sometimes it's hard to process it. So when they finally do process it, they start watching you. They start taking mental notes. Aquarius, if there's any Aquarius moons, please let me know if you agree with me. Do you not take mental notes on people's behaviors? And then from there, you decide and determine what you want to do with this person. And people will say that's strategic. That's methodical. Well, you know what? We have to do this. Because if we were to open the gate to let everybody in, if we were to open the gate and be vulnerable with everyone, do you know how many times we would get taken advantage of? Oh, wait, that already happened. That's why we are the way we are. Right? Right? Can I get an amen on that? Why are Sagittariuses so heartless? Why? Why are they? Technically, they're really not. As a Sagittarius myself, I'll tell you, I'm not really heartless. You may feel that my coldness and my heartlessness because you probably did something to me that I really didn't like and then I cut you off. And now when I see you, I really do act like you don't exist. Because that's how Sagittarius move. I'm cordial, I'll be nice, but that's it. You're not going to know anything anymore. What's going on in my life? What am I doing? Where I'm at? I had a friend for about 17 years. We were friends for 17 years. She did something once. Once she did something and I cut her off. It didn't matter the 17 years. It didn't matter the bond we had, the connection we had. All she did was something. She did one thing that I did not like. Years down the line, right? She tried to reach out to my sisters in order to reach out to me. And I told my sisters, I said, tell her that she's dead to me and I'm dead to her. And you're probably like, oh, that's just dramatic. You could just forgive her and talk to her. I did forgive her, but I don't need to talk to her. Now, I don't know if that's the Aquarius moon in me, but once I'm done, I'm so done. All you have to do is something once in order to show me who you really are. And I pay so much attention because Aquarius moons are analyzers to begin with. We are observers. We look at how you treat other people because you know what we think in our heads? How you treat other people, one day you're going to treat us like that. So be around someone and see them get angry at someone and see how they treat that person when they're angry at them, because they say when you are angry, you are your true self. When you're in the spirit of anger, all masks come off. Being angry is also being vulnerable in a sense. You know that, right? Because now you're not hiding it. You're not hiding it in front of. You know those people that get really angry? Those passive aggressive people? Oh God, I can't. I can't. Oh, I'm sorry guys, but I can't be friends with someone who's passive aggressive. I need you to get angry with me and let me know why you're fucking angry so we can fix it. Your passive aggressiveness is only going to push me far away. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to know the underlying reason of why you're passive aggressive. And I'm just going to poke at it for you to get to the anger so you can get over it. And if you don't, bye-bye. Now you're going to say, what does this have to do with boundaries? It has to do a lot with boundaries, guys. Stop complaining about what is going on with you when you can't even take accountability that you allow these people into your life to come into your life to treat you the way they do. That's why I'm talking about boundaries. Stop saying that, oh, if you cut everyone out, it's only going to be you. Good, you need you. And once you have you, then you can be selective on who you want to surround you. When you have too much chatter going on in your brain, right? Because most of you are very sensitive. Most of you are empaths, right? And you know what happens with empaths? You pick up and absorb other people's energy. That's why you get so lost in, oh, do I like them or do I not like them? Because you're feeling their energy. Are there people out there that you only start liking people because they like you? That's not you. You're observing their energy. You ever hang out with someone and you start thinking what they're thinking? Yeah, some of you are telepathic. You are. You can pick up on their thoughts. Best believe what you're hearing or what you think is your thought is probably their thought. Like if you have a thought in your mind that you know you as an individual would not have, look around you and see who's around you. Because it might be that person's thought. And again, you can say what I've taught you to say. If these thoughts are not mine, may they return back to where they came from. If these thoughts are mine, I transmute them into positive thoughts. Very simple. And if all of a sudden you have no thoughts like you normally wouldn't, then you know they came from somewhere else and you sent them back. And then if all of a sudden your thoughts become more positive, then you know that it was you. It's really simple, guys. You can be peaceful with boundaries. Actually, I think so much peace comes in after boundaries. Once you set boundaries down, it might be uncomfortable at first, but for the long run, it's very peaceful. Where you can tell a person, no, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you. I'm sorry. And if that person respects your boundaries, they'll be like, okay, you know, whenever you're ready to tell me, you can tell me. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your permission. like you needed that person's permission. Oh, gee, thank you. Oh, I didn't know that I could tell you when I felt like I was ready. I didn't know you were the main character of my story. But thank you. I appreciate that. You have people like that in your life? That when you're going through something and you don't want to talk about it and they're like, oh, but whenever you're ready, you can tell me. Oh, gee, thank you. I didn't know that was an option. Thank you for clearing that up. Sometimes you need to be your own best friend. We all go through a point in life where we feel like you're your own best friend. The quicker you go through that time period and realize that you are your own best friend, the happier you'll be. Then some people are going to be like, well, how are you happy if it's only you? Honey child, it's only supposed to be you. If you can find people that you can truly trust, that you're truly comfortable around, then yes, go for it. It's just like saying, if you can find a rose without a thorn, yes, pick it, absolutely. But if you keep picking roses that have thorns on it, well, make sure you have Band-Aids in your pocket then. Because you're going to get cut. That was a good one. Oh my God. Where does this come from? So boundaries are very, very important. Now, let's get into this drama that I'm watching. And I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix. It's called Reflection of You. Very good. I'm not going to get too much into the details because there's probably some people who haven't seen it. I felt like I've seen this drama, but then now that I'm watching it, I have not seen this drama, but I don't know why it feels so familiar. You know what I mean? Like, you ever see something and you're like, wait a minute, have I seen this or have I not seen this? Like, as it's unfolding in front of me, it's making me feel like, no, I haven't seen this. And the story is really nice. The writers really, really, you know what? Applause to the writers. Applause, applause. There's times where I curse at the writers. I scream at them as I'm watching a drama because it's like, what is this? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? With this drama, I'm just like, wow, guys. You really know how to pull heartstrings. You really know how to trigger a person. You really know. Whoever wrote this drama, oh my God, I hope you got some type of award, because so far I'm on episode 5 and I'm just like, wow. Wow. I'm really dragging the drama out because I don't want to finish it because that's how good it is. It's like a really good book that you're just, every time you read a chapter, you're just amazed at the storyline and how things are, opening up, and how the plot is getting thicker and thicker, and you're just like, oh my God, like, what is going on here? I'm really loving this. My people who appreciate really good dramas will understand that. My people who appreciate reading a really good mystery novel, a psychological thriller, a story with a really good plot and storyline will appreciate this. And if you don't, it's fine. We're all different. We're not the same. But anyway, the theme in this drama, I'm just going to tell you this right now, is be careful who you're close to. Be very careful who you're close to. Sometimes, and this is quoted from the drama, right? I think it's episode 3 or 4, where you will hear it. One of the characters say, you should be careful of people who are close to you because those are the most dangerous people. With some of you, you don't have to go outside of your house to look for your enemies. They're actually in your circle. This is why I tell you guys, if you don't want to have to worry about someone backstabbing you or pulling one over you, just be smart about it. Don't go around telling people your heart's desires. Share with people what you want to share with them, right? Surface level. Especially if it's someone that you just recently met. A lot of times people people do this with me. They meet me and all of a sudden they think we're best friends because they felt so comfortable to tell me things that they felt that they would not be able to tell anyone else. The only reason people feel that way is because I have a very non-judgmental energy. Because 9 times out of 10, I've either gone through the experience that they've gone through. That's why I don't judge. I personally like to look at, I've been in all angles of a story. I've been the villain. I've been the hero. I've been the supporting character. I've been the extra. And every time, whatever role I've been given, I have not turned my nose up to it. No role that I have played has been too big or too small for me. It's a role. I played my part. And then I bowed gracefully and continued. Some people have this entitlement where they want to be the main character. And whatever role they give them, they have the nerve to turn their nose up to it. Like, I'm just going to be a tree? That's it? I'm just a tree? I'm just the background tree? Yes. You're just a prop. Maybe that's all you needed to be in someone's story. People who feel that way and live their life like that they want to be in everybody's spotlight, are not good people. I'm telling you this right now. People who are able to take the role that they have been given and play it tremendously, beautifully, are people who evolve and heal and grow. And those people are the main ones that end up becoming spirit guides and ascending masters and blah, blah, blah in the following life. Sometimes I'm starting to believe that the reason why we reincarnate is because we wanted something too much in a past life, and that it's the universe's way of showing us you need to humble yourself. Like, stop running after that. Maybe that wasn't the role you were supposed to play. And now we're going to make you do this run again. Now we're going to give you other roles, and now we're going to see how you behave in those roles. Because it happens. As the male lead or male female lead is doing their thing on stage, you always have the understudy, right? Some understudies are very jealous, right? They try to sabotage the lead's way on stage. Now look at your lives. Each and every individual listening to me is a main character of their own story. Like right now, today, you're listening to me. I am just that person in a video. I'm not even a supporting character for you. I'm just that video that you saw. You get what I'm saying? That quick snippet of whatever, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of what you listen to me. After that, I'm not a part of your life. And I'm okay with that. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm just a guest speaker in your episode today. The episode that you have today in your life, you're the main character. I'm just a guest speaker that's going to come in, say what I have to say for like maybe 2 minutes out of the episode. I'm going to deliver what I need to deliver, and then I'm going to go. And that's fine with me, because maybe that's all I need to do in your lives. Sometimes I am that person standing on the sidewalk as the main character, male lead, male, female lead, whatever, is walking past me as they're the main character in their story. I'm just an innocent bystander. The person that they, bumped shoulders with and kept going. And I'm okay with that. What bothers me and what really, really sets me off is when people want to be more than the role that they've been given. It kind of shows me, like, you know how you cue in to 2 seconds of someone walking down the street as an extra, and they're just being extra, and the director has to say, listen, you're just an extra. So just kind of blend in the back. And the person purposely wears that day like neon green, neon pink, so they can stand out in the crowd. But it's not even their scene. It's the scene is about the male lead and the female lead. And you're just an extra sitting in the cafe. And as an extra in the cafe, you're slurping your latte loudly. That is interrupting the conversation between the female lead and the male lead. And the director has to say cut and say to you, listen, you need to stop. You're just an extra. You just need to blend in. The scene is not about you. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? I think you are. I think it's clicking in your brains right now. I could see the light going on. That's what some people are trying to do in your lives, guys. When they're just mere extras, they want to be more than that. One thing that they're forgetting is they play an important role in their own life. Because like I said, everyone is a main character in their own story. You're not a main character in someone else's story. Like, you have children, right? Your children, say you have a teenager. The teenager is the main character of their life. You're just the supporting character. Are you okay with that? When you try to control that teenager, you try to make decisions for that teenager, and you don't let that teenager evolve, you're trying to be the main character of your child's story now. When you have a friend, and your friend is making these choices and this and that, and you're trying to control your friend, you're always judging your friend to do what you want them to do. Or you're trying to get them to do what you want them to do. You're trying to be the main character in their story. What is so hard about just pulling back, letting it go, and letting someone live the energy of the main character in their story? What is the big deal? What is so hard about that? That's why you, as a main character in your life, you need to set up boundaries. When you see people who come around you try to take over you, or try to speak over you, stop it. Stop them right there. You allow people to treat them how they want to treat you. If you stop it, if you address it and you stop it, okay, like for instance, if someone is making fun of you and you're just standing there laughing, this person is getting the energy from you that it's okay to make fun of you. If you stop them and say, hey, listen, I don't really like that. It's making me uncomfortable. Can you please stop? They have two choices. They can stop because you told them this is making you feel uncomfortable. But if they continue to do that, they have no respect for you. So if you set a line down and say, listen, I don't want to talk to you about anything personal. You keep asking me personal questions and I don't feel comfortable talking to you about anything personal. You know what the other person is supposed to do? Respect that and say, okay, you know what? You're absolutely right. I shouldn't ask. Okay, I totally get it. But if they keep prying, if they still keep prying, you really need to judge that situation in a sense where, why is this person so nosy about your business? What do they want to know so much about you? So like for something really simple, when someone calls you up when they haven't heard from you in a while, or you haven't heard from them in a while, and then all of a sudden they call you up and they're like, hey, so what's going on? Your simple answer, everything's fine, the usual. And when they start prying, oh, so are you single? Are you doing this? Everything's fine. Keep saying that. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. They're either going to get frustrated or they're going to get angry, and they're going to tell you straight up, well, why won't you tell me like if you're dating someone or not? And then you can counterattack that question with, why do you want to know so bad? Like, what are you writing an article on me? And please tell me, if you are, where is this going to be published? What newspaper? What magazine are you published this article about? This article on. Since this is about me, you want to know what's going on with me. Why? Why do you want to know so much? When you're doing something, right, and someone comes and starts questioning you, don't get intimidated. Just tell them, this is how I do it. And if you got a problem with it, then I'm sorry. Then you do it your way. Think about it for a second. You have a coworker that the way you work, you've been doing your work for like 15, 20 years. You get this new coworker that comes in. Oh, I do it like this. Okay, good for you. Continue doing it how you do it. It makes me feel comfortable doing it this way, so that's how I'm going to do it. Like when you're working out and all of a sudden people have all these ideas. Oh, you should do this and you should do that. People forget working out depends on the person. Whatever workouts, whatever it is, the regimen, the routine depends on the person. Not everybody is the same person. Even when it comes down to thinking, when people tell you, oh no, you shouldn't think that way. Why not? Don't you just love those people who tell you how to think? Who tell you what to wear, what to drink, what to eat? I know you have people around you that are like that. I don't like people like that. I get rid of them. You know why? I should have the freedom to think and move how I want without it being controlled by anyone. You go on a date with someone, you order soda, the person tells you, oh, first date, oh, you shouldn't be drinking soda. I'm sorry, excuse me? Did anybody ask you? And a lot of you will tell me, oh, well, it's out of concern. We just met. It's only the first date. What the fuck are you, a spokesperson for dietitians? You need to really smarten up. People test you like that. People see what they can get away with. Even 5-year-olds do that to people. Okay? Give you an example. You're babysitting someone's kid, right? 5, 6 years old. They tell you, oh, mommy lets me stay past 11 o'clock. You text mom and say, do you let this child stay up past 11 o'clock? Mom says, no, they go to bed at 9. Don't try to let them fool you. There you go. That 5-year-old was trying to pull one over you. Don't you know people do that every day in your life? Like, first they call you up to ask you if you would do something for them. You do it once, you open that door, now they're going to expect you to do it all the time. Because that's just human nature. It's habits. Now, if you have boundaries and you're the type of person, say you need a ride, instead you call an Uber. Instead of calling anyone else, you call an Uber. You have like 60 friends, and instead of calling your 60 friends, you call an Uber and you pay for your own ride. You know what other people do? They go down their list of people to see who they can get a ride from. Because if you've given them a ride before, they're going to ask you for it again. Someone asks to borrow money from you. Only takes one time to do something, guys. Only one time. You lend them money. Guess what? This person, guarantee you, will ask you for money again. Meaning you let someone get away with something once. They will think it's okay to keep doing it over and over. And that's where this thing where people call Sagittarius heartless comes in. Do you know how many times There's so many Sagittariuses that let people get away with things thinking that it's okay. You know, they'll understand. I'll lead by example. I'll do it for them and maybe they'll learn that they can do it for me. No, Sagittarius don't think that way. No. Not everybody has the heart that you do. Not even Sagittarius. This goes for everybody. Not everyone has the heart that you do. Not everybody thinks the same way as you do. I had to go through a lot of things in order to figure that out. That not everybody thinks the way I do. Where in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to hold open the door for someone that's walking behind me. Right? To hold the door open for them as I walk through the door. There's been so many times that people in front of me haven't held the door for me as I've been walking behind them. Do I still hold the door open for the person behind me? Absolutely, I do. But I do keep in mind not to expect someone to open the door for me. Which brings me into, right? Why am I so honest? Honest to the point that it will hurt your feelings. Why? Because that's just the way to be. Morally, you're supposed to be honest. Now you're going to tell me, well, sometimes you can't be honest because you hurt someone's feelings. You know, I'd rather you hurt my feelings than lie to me, please. When you lie to me, you have no respect for me. That's what it tells me. Oh, but I lied to you because I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Please hurt my feelings. I don't want to carry around band-aids that every time I get hurt, blood pours out. I want to be able to stitch it, fix it, heal it, and move on. A lot of you are surrounded by people who lie to you straight up to your face. They tell you they love you behind your back they don't. How will you know that? Watch their behavior. Some people are really good, so you're gonna get a run for your money on this one. That's why intuition is very important. Your body, listening to your body when you're around certain individuals is very important. Like I met this person a long time ago. Very like I was like maybe in my 20s. Met this person, this individual, and see what I mean? Now that I'm looking back at it, like, ooh, the red flags were right there. Why didn't I see it? But if I would have seen it then, I wouldn't have grown into the person who, you know, that I am right now. This person always used to stare at me with this look in their face, and I couldn't describe the look. The look always made me feel uncomfortable. I felt like that they were peering into my soul or trying to read me. Why? Some of you are gonna say maybe they were Scorpio. I don't remember what their placements was. I actually don't even remember this person's birthday. But this stands out a lot to me. Whenever we were hanging out, this person would stare at me. I would catch this person in the side of my eye staring at me. In my peripheral, just staring at me. And I started getting to a point where I was just like, you know, maybe they just like the way I look. You know, maybe they're just really like intrigued by my facial features. No, later on down this line, this person really turned out to be not who they say they were. Okay, came as a surprise. Came as a fucking surprise who this person turned out to be in my life or what role they played. And now that I look back at it, the only thing that stands out is that uncomfortability that I felt. That uncomfort that I felt, that discomfort that I felt when this person used to stare at me. It was very creepy. Very creepy. So now, when I get that same feeling that I'm getting creeped out by what they're saying, how they're looking at me, how they're touching me, I put up boundaries. I start distancing myself. And now you're going to say, because I've had this conversation with other people, and and you know, a lot of people have said, well, then, you know, you can't be vulnerable if you always have your boundaries up. Yes, very true. But this helps me decide who I need to be vulnerable around and who I don't. Right? Like, you have to understand, I'm not telling you to cut everyone out of your life. Maybe I am. I'm not telling you that you need to be the lone wolf. Maybe I am. What I'm telling you is, this is what I'm really telling you is, be aware of the people around you. Because I swear to God, if I could, if there was a way to record these people's features, like their facial features, their expressions when you say something or when you do something, because you're too busy explaining what's going on, so you're not seeing it. You know what I mean? But you ever see a movie or a drama where you could see the person talking about how happy they are, and you could see the expression on the character they're telling it to, and the character's face is just distorted, and when the person turns around and looks at them and they're like, oh yeah, I'm really happy for you. Sometimes I really wish that there were like invisible cameras that recorded everything, and then you can see the playback of it. And you can say to yourself, wow, so that person really wasn't happy when I bought a new car. You know, like give like that example right there. You tell your friend, I got a new car. I bought a new car. I didn't want to tell anybody till the paperwork went through. And I got this. If that person is truly happy for you, you'll feel the energy. This is why I tell you it's so important to feel the energy versus what's coming out of somebody's mouth. Some people are truly not genuinely happy for you. They're fucking downright jealous of you and what you have. And then you're going to say to me, but I don't have anything. What you think you have nothing, this person is fucking sitting there waiting for you to drop it so they can have it. Like a fucking dog waiting underneath the table for you to drop a little piece of that turkey. Or a piece of scrap, a piece of something, so they can gobble it up. Trust when I say protect your energy and what is yours. We're moving in a time period, especially in the age of Aquarius, where you're going to see everyone's motive. And if you're not true to yourself, you're not going to be able to see the lies everyone has written on their face. Because if you lie to yourself and you lie to others, you're just like them. Like if you really sit down and say to yourself, oh my God, I did this. Oh wow, it's called taking accountability. When you sit down and say, well, I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, fine. Maybe you didn't do anything wrong from your perspective. And that's okay. But when you live in a neutral state where you really do not hold any criticism or judgment for what anybody does, that brings you into a level of your life where you can grow. Does that make sense? Because if you lie, you automatically think everyone else lies. Just like in this drama that I'm watching. This lady was so fucking like paranoid. You know why she was so paranoid? Because she lied to everyone. She hid the truth from everyone. She had her own agenda. That's why she felt everybody else had an agenda. Now, when you don't have an agenda, you think that nobody else has an agenda. That's a very dangerous place to be. Have no agenda, but still be aware that people are not like you. I actually met an individual that says to me, oh, everybody lies. I know it. And I looked at that person and I thought in my head, yeah, because you lie. You are someone I'm never going to trust. I always kept this person at an arm's length. If you do magic on others, right, you will think everybody's doing magic on you. Now, if you're someone who doesn't do magic on anyone, be open to understanding that other people do magic. What I'm trying to say is, who you are, what you are, you think everyone else is like that. Growth is understanding what you are and who you are. Not everyone else is like that. Whether it's negative or positive. But a liar can't see that. Because they live in lies. And people who don't lie, people who are open-hearted, they're not going to be able to see that because kindness blinds them. So there's a middle point where you can be. It's called being aware. Be aware. Don't ever think someone can't hurt you. Because the time that you think someone can't hurt you, that is the time where they are going to hurt you. They are going to disappoint you. Always have a mind that doesn't get surprised. Don't be surprised if you find someone do like me. I'm at a point in life where nothing fucking surprises me. When someone behaves the way they do, it's not a, oh my God, why would they do that? Oh, but you know what? I don't fucking trust nobody. I really don't. I trust myself. Think about that. I trust myself. You trust yourself? If you can't even trust yourself, how can you trust someone else? Right? Right? I trust myself enough to know that there's some people I can put my trust in and there's some people I can't. And I put my trust in people based on the behavior that they show with other people. If you're the type of person who comes over to me and tells me someone else's secret, note to self, don't tell you a secret. If you're someone who comes up to me and gossips about someone else, note to self not to tell you my business. If you're the type of person who sits there and just is very awful to people, note to self, you can be awful to me one day. Let me not do something that you don't like, you'll be awful to me as well. This is what you need to pick up on. Because there's plenty of people out there that think you're doing something to them, and the reason why they're doing this or they're thinking this way is because they've been doing it to you. Now, have you really been minding your business? In the age of Aquarius, we all need to be evolved to be at a point where we're minding our business, doing what we need to be doing, sticking to our main story, being the main character in our story, and not worrying about what other people are doing. And if we need to be a side character or a side role or a supporting character or an extra or just a guest speaker, we should play our role and keep it moving. That's it. When actors play a role, they finish the movie, they finish the show, they move on to another one. When you're done playing a role, why are you still dwelling in that role? You need to grow. You dwelling in that role or that situation that happened, you're not growing. You're not. There's so many actors out there that started off as extras and now are main characters. Why? Because they accepted whatever role was given to them. No role was too small, no role was too big. Just like you people out there, you need to start meeting people with a sense of respect and awareness that no one is too big or no one is too small. But what people do is they go after people and try to be friends with people for beneficial purposes. So if someone can't offer them anything, they won't even give them time of day. And then when this person can offer you something or you want something that they have, all of a sudden it's all about them. So there's a few things I put on the table in this 45-minute message that should make you think today. And I hope it does make you think. I hope it moves your heart into being more aware of your surroundings and understanding that you have to protect what is yours. Do you go to sleep with your windows wide open and your doors unlocked? No, right? Why do you do that with yourself then? If your home is precious, right? Where you live is precious because it has all your belongings, it has all your precious valuables and blah, blah, blah. You know, you're precious too. You're precious. Your heart is precious. Your soul is precious. Why do you leave it wide open for people to come in and walk in, especially with dirty shoes on? Check them at the door. Check them at the door. And if they bypass the door frame and get in to your living room, watch them. Watch them. Watch them carefully because now they're in your humble abode. They're in your space. See how they act. And don't be fooled by the representation they give you. Soon as they act out of pocket, get rid of them. Only you'll be able to know who acts out of pocket and who doesn't. Some of us are very, very gifted in this intuitive place, right? Where intuition tells us, no, stay away from this person. Please listen to your intuition. Some of us are very good with discernment. You know, I'm the type of person where I like to see you fuck up. Like, I'll give you enough rope to hang yourself because I just think it's entertaining. Like, I'll put up with you just for you to redeem yourself in a sense. And once I see that you're not redeeming yourself and you're not even able to hold the accountability to understand that you even did something, that's when I drop you like a fucking hot potato. And those are the people that honestly automatically think that I did them wrong and this, and that. What they don't understand is this has been piling up. It was piling up, but since I respected you so much and I cared for you so much, I kept giving you a chance. Finally, I ran out of chances and my give a fuck got broken. It became out of network, where I saw that you're not going to change. This is just how you are. Because I believe all of us come into each other's lives to help each other grow. And I feel like if you came into my life and you helped me grow, thank you so much. I hope I did the same for you. But if I didn't, then there's no longer need for me to be around. And how do I know if I helped you grow? If you keep doing the same mistake to me. And the icing on the cake is that you don't even realize it that you're doing it. I'm not even sticking around because you're not even capable enough to see what you did. Because you can't see beside yourself. And I don't know if being able to pull yourself out of a position to see from an angle that's an outside view is something that happens to you with age or with time or with being knowledgeable in the spiritual realm. Or I don't know where it comes from, but I'm very happy that I have the ability. I'm very grateful and thankful that I have the ability to pull myself out of my shoes and place myself in somebody else's shoes. Because I'm open to it. I don't just like to see things from my view. And when I see that seeing from your point of view really does not add up from the point of view I'm looking at it from, or it's very negative compared to the point of view that I'm looking at it from, this is when I pull myself away. Because we did not come here to suffer. I'm sorry, but I am not reincarnated here on this earth, on this plane, to live a life that's sufferable. Fuck that. I know I'm in charge of that. I know I'm in control of that. That's why if something makes me uncomfortable, makes me feel creeped out, makes me feel like I'm suffering, I let it the fuck go. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't make me think twice. It doesn't make me change my mind. Because there's one thing that I am is stubborn. I am very stubborn. And I like to use this stubbornness and hard-headedness in this area. Where once I made up my mind about you, I'm done. I'm done because I'm a fixed moon. I'm done. You prove to me who you are. I have the evidence. The jury witnessed it. The judge made the decision. It's done with. Case closed. Move on. This is why people from my past are probably pissed at me because they want to come back into my life. But I'm a fixed moon. My emotions are fixed. Once I don't like you, I don't like you. That's it. I'll be cordial, I'll be nice, but you're not going to have the same place you had in my life when we first started. Nope, things are going to be different. And a lot of people don't like that. And a lot of people think, oh, that's just being unforgiving. No, I've forgiven that person. I've just chosen not to deal with it. Meaning you could forgive people and keep walking forward. You don't need to be best friends with people. I've had a lot of people who come up to me and say, listen, I'm sorry about what happened between us and this, and that. I'm like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I can understand, what you're probably going through. But I'm not interested in patching this up. I'm good where I am. And I wish you the best as well, too. If I am not speaking with you right now in this present moment, I guarantee you that I will not be speaking to you going forward. There's a reason why the contract ended. The time period expired. I don't stick around someplace where the time has expired for me to be there. Whether it's within family, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's a job, even with myself, when the time has expired for me to think a certain way, I move on from it. This is why learning and growing every day is a very important thing. 2 weeks ago, the way you were thinking, it could be different from the way you're seeing things today. 2 weeks ago, you probably liked Wendy's. Now you probably like McDonald's. I don't know why. Just giving you an example. 20 years ago, you liked cherry pie. Now you like key lime pie. It's okay to change your mind. That means you're growing. But be careful which, are you going downstairs or are you going upstairs with the change? And you know exactly what I mean by that. So I'm not telling you to be bitter. I'm not telling you to be hateful. I'm not telling you to be resentful. I'm telling you to be aware. Be so detached that you're attached to everything. You know, be so disconnected with everything that you're connected to everything. And people are like, what does that mean? In order for you to be connected to everything, you have to be disconnected from everything at the same time. Which means if you see someone's situation, but you're so attached to that situation, and you're seeing it how your situation played out, you're too attached. You know how you have some tarot readers who've been cheated on, right? And when you get cheated on, they remember their story. And they start telling you about what happened with them. Excuse me, I didn't pay for you to tell me about what happened with you. I paid you to tell me what's happening with me. That's being too attached. A good tarot reader is a detached tarot reader, where they listen to what you're going through and they give you advice that's for you, and they don't bring up their own stories. Unless they're led to. Unless they're led to. Like, say you get on the phone with the client tonight. Client tells you, "Oh, I got cheated on, blah, blah, blah." If spirit doesn't tell you to share your story, don't share your story. That's another thing. Move when spirit tells you to move. When someone is going through something, nobody wants to hear what the fuck you went through. Nobody cares. That person only cares about their hurt and pain. You can ask that person. I have a similar experience that I, went through. May I share it with you to see if it can help you? If the person is open to it, they'll say yeah. But you'll feel the vibe. When you start talking about yourself and the person just cuts you off and goes back to their story, that means, you know what, back off. Let the person go through what they're going through. That's understanding that you're just a side character for now. This person is having their main character moment. Let them have it. A lot of people fail at that because they're so busy not listening but wanting to respond so quickly. Oh, I had an egg muffin this morning, or whatever. I had a muffin this morning. Me too. I had eggs and this and that. People like that. I know people like that. People like that, I always just keep it surface, because what they're going to do is they're going to try to compare whatever I went through to what they went through. And that's the thing, guys. No one's pain is greater or smaller. No one's journey is greater or smaller. Everybody's journey is important. But that's the thing. It's their journey, not yours. Stick to your own journey. Stick to your own lane. Don't worry about other people. If someone asks for help, decide if you want to help them or not. Don't go intervening in people's lives if you don't need to. The line of work that I do, I have to be detached. I have to, you know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying? The line of work that I do, I have to understand this is not my story. When everyone was all of a sudden waking up after the pandemic, everybody was so upset that, oh, they're awake. Why isn't everybody else? That is so fucking selfish to think that way. When you're awake, just be grateful that you woke up. When it's that person's time, they'll wake up when they need to. And a very, very, very significant person explained that to me, because I was on that high horse too. Oh, everybody's stupid. They just need to wake up. This person said to me, no, they don't. They'll wake up when they need to. By you saying that, you sound very egoic. And I said, oh, wow, you're right. You're right. It makes sense, because the song that I listen to is going to make me feel a certain way. You'll listen to the same song. It might not make you feel the way it made me feel. Like, some of you may watch this drama reflection of you and not feel what I felt or get the message that I got. And that's fine. It's like art. Everybody sees art differently. You put a painting in front of someone, everyone will have different opinions about it, but nobody's opinion is wrong, because that's why they call it art. Art is something that is free. You have the artist's point of view. You have the people who are looking at the painting's point of view. No one's opinion is going to be the same. No one's going to feel the same about something. And that's okay. That's how, when you can say it's okay, that's how you know you're detached. But if you're triggered by what someone is feeling and it makes you mad that they're not feeling the way you are feeling, you need to heal. There's a lot of healing work that you need to do if you feel that way. Or you get upset that people don't feel the way you feel. You're very attached. Being detached is understanding that everybody has their own way of thinking and their own way of feeling, and no one is wrong. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with this because it's almost like an hour message. I think it is an hour message. But there's a lot of things you guys need to think about tonight. And I wish you guys well. I hope you guys find the answers that you're looking for because the answers are right within you. All right, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you leave a comment if you'd like to. I would love to hear from you. If you want a personal reading, you can contact me on my Instagram. It's I'm Your Dad. IMYERHDAD_. Just send me a message. Tell me you need a reading. As soon as I see that message, I'll get back to you. All right, guys, please take care and be safe.